Cyber threats. Threat idea is defined as a natural or man-made event, individual, legal entity or action that has the potential to harm life, information, all kinds of activities, the environment and/or property and indicates that it will pose a danger. From this perspective we can define the cyber threat as, the cyber threat is an activity intended to compromise the security of an information system by altering the availability, integrity, or confidentiality of a system or the information it contains. Actors with the potential for malicious use of information and communication technologies play a dominant role in the definition of cyber threats, and the methods they use to achieve their malicious purposes play an active role in the classification of cyber threats. Correct detection of threats in cyberspace directly affects the cybersecurity measures to be developed. Cyber threat actors. Cyber threat actors are states, groups, or individuals who maliciously aim to exploit vulnerabilities, low cybersecurity awareness, and technological advances to gain unauthorized access to information systems to gain access to or otherwise affect victims' data, devices. Cyber threat actors can be categorized according to their motivation and, to some extent, their complexity. Threat actors value devices, processing power, computing resources, and access to information for different reasons. In general, all types of cyber threat actors have a primary motivation. Malware. Malware is software or firmware intended to perform an unauthorized process that will have an adverse impact on the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of a system. The threat of malware has been consistently ranked high for many years. Cryptojacking. Cryptojacking or hidden cryptomining is a type of cybercrime where a criminal secretly uses a victim's computing power to generate cryptocurrency. With the proliferation of cryptocurrencies and their ever-increasing uptake by the wider public, an increase in corresponding cybersecurity incidents has been observed. Email-related threats. Email-related attacks are a bundle of threats that exploit weaknesses in the human psyche and everyday habits, rather than technical vulnerabilities in information systems. Interestingly, and despite the many awareness and education campaigns against these types of attacks, the threat persists to a notable degree. In particular, the compromise of business emails and advanced sophisticated techniques in extracting monetary gains are on the rise. Threats against data. This category encompasses data breaches or leaks. A data breach or data leak is the release of sensitive, confidential or protected data to an untrusted environment. Data breaches can occur as a result of a cyber attack, an insider job, unintentional loss or exposure of data. Threats against availability and integrity. Availability and integrity are the targets of a plethora of threats and attacks, among which the families of denial of service, DOS, and web attacks stand out. Strictly related to web-based attacks, DDoS is one of the most critical threats to IT systems, targeting their availability by exhausting resources, causing decreases in performance, loss of data, and service outages. Disinformation and misinformation. Disinformation and misinformation campaigns are on the rise, spurred by the increased use of social media platforms and online media, as well as a result of the increase of people's online presence due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Non-malicious threats. Threats are commonly considered as voluntary and malicious activities brought by adversaries that have some incentives to attack a specific target. With this category, we cover threats where malicious intent is not apparent. These are mostly based on human errors and system misconfigurations, but they can also refer to physical disasters that target IT infrastructures. Also attributed to their nature, these threats have a constant presence in the annual threat landscape and are a major concern for risk assessments. Ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malicious attack where attackers encrypt an organization's data and demand payment to restore access. Ransomware has been the prime threat during the reporting period, with several high profiles and highly publicized incidents.